All right, guys, we got some running around to do today, but that's okay because we get to take this. The Z06, the Z06, the Z06. Artificially blue today. That shit looks fake. We do live in a simulation. Yeah, I know my front tire's low. I fucking get a nail in every tire. All right. We got some running around to do today. See some friends, do some things, and we're gonna take the Z06. I've been wanting to do more content on it. I've just been enjoying it so much, like in its entirety. I haven't done anything with it. I've just been driving it, but let's get going. All right, first stop is Thornton Chevrolet. I got two buddies that work here. One of my buddies, TJ, he used to work at Cadillac and now he works here. And he's always been helping me with parts. And as well as my buddy Derek. I figured I'd stop by, say hi to both of them and pick up an intercooler for the dually. I'll get into that in a second. Oh man, this U-turn's pretty tight. I hope my foot doesn't slip off the clutch or nothing. Oh man, I gotta do a U-turn in an intersection. I sure hope my foot doesn't slip off the clutch or something. Oh.
I see drunk and running around like ants.
Oops. Whoops.
Pretending they're welders and cowboys and such.
I mean, while I'm here, I might as well see if they have any cool Z06s on the lot, right? Park this bad boy right here and go get our parts. All right, first we'll go get our parts. We got an intercooler we got to get. See TJ, I've got two pairs of Heatwave Visual sunglasses. I'm gonna give TJ the option between red and blue and see which one he picks. These guys are good guys here over at Thornton. They sell Chevys and all that shit. Dang, I got a vending machine that does fruit. We got Fruity Pebbles. We got Crystal's or White Castle cheeseburgers. Shit. Holy shit, dude. I don't know if that's gonna fit into that, man. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be fun, man. I'm really looking forward to that. TJ's sister does real estate, and she's hooking us up with like a really nice vacation. So that'll be on the trip soon, or that'll be on the channel soon. Look at that, buddy. All right. So, ooh.
I can get another one if you want. Have it tomorrow.
You can have it tomorrow? TJ, I need you to choose red or blue. Are you a red guy or a blue guy? You're blue?
Red.
You're red?
Yeah.
You sure? Final answer.
Red.
All right.
Oh, sweet.
We got the transparent heat waves.
Man.
Those are really cool,
yeah,
too.
I was looking at some of these yesterday.
Were you really?
Yeah, we were up in Cartersville yesterday.
God dang, the timing, right?
Yeah.
I like the, I'm a huge fan. The transparent ones are like pretty new, too.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Of course, man. Look at this
Yes.
thing.
I love this body style. A customer just bought one for his son.
Real? For her son?
For his son.
Oh, for his son? I think it's easily the best Corvette, in my opinion, hands down right now. And I think that intercooler will fit. I think that will fit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'll get some.
With the box too.
You think so? I'll just come here and snag it tomorrow. All right, so the part actually got damaged in shipping. They'll have a new one for me tomorrow that won't be damaged, which will be perfect. And I also told my buddy Derek, he didn't drive his cool car. My buddy Derek and my buddy Stan 1LE, they both work up there. They both have cool cars, and neither one of them drove their cool cars today. So I told them, I'll be back tomorrow to pick up the part, bring your cool car so I can show them on video. So we'll get some cool cars in video tomorrow. All right, you know what, actually? I take it back. I love manual, but this bumper-to-bumper traffic shit sucks. My clutch foot hurts. The stoplight's out. Ugh. My clutch foot is also the same foot that I snapped my ankle and all my bones in my left foot. You know? Owie. It's me just being a bitch, actually. It's me just being a bitch. We're almost through it. We've been in here for like 10 minutes. We're almost through it. I'm getting older, I'm allowed to be a bitch now. Did you guys know that? As you get older, you're allowed to bitch about stuff more. It's like it was literally like it was made for it. Look at those body lines fit perfectly. That's hilarious. Yeah, that ain't going nowhere. Much better than the last one too.
It was made for the Corvette.
Dude, people are gonna be like, is that a rear turbo setup? Thank you, buddy.
No problem.
Love you, brother. All right. I came up here just to look at it.
Oh, you heard mine last time we were LS Experts.
I know.
Listen to Stan. Stan's is louder.
I just wanted you to bring yours so I could put on video because I didn't bring it on video last time. What's done to this thing? Stan 1LE. Damn, dude, your car smells nice.
Yeah, man.
Let me get a good whiff of that.
Are you recording me right now?
Yeah, I thought that was the whole purpose. Wait a minute. I don't sound right. I think it's got a vacuum leak. You have the wing? You have wing? You got wing? You got wing? I'm up here getting these guys in trouble, so you better come up here and buy a car from them. All right, cut it off. God dang. Oh wow, that's way better. Why did you not do that? It sounds broken without it.
Yeah, I need
Looks
those
good.
spats. I need those rear spats.
Spats?
I don't make them anymore. Yeah,
What rear spats? Those little.
Yeah, they go through the
Whee!
diffuser.
What kind of Hellcat is that? I don't recognize it. What kind of Hellcat is that? What are we making wheel?
750.
750 wheel.
Yeah.
And by the I had to like twist these guys' arms to drive their cars. And they're all like, oh, Dan, we don't want to drive our nice. What the fuck's the point of having nice cars? You ain't gonna drive them.
To not go to Lithia Springs with them.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Never mind. Never mind.
It's literally the same exact car.
Oh, okay, well, fuck it.
Yeah, they're pretty identical.
All right, then.
Except mine's a manual and one's a kill.
Just picture what that car sounded like, but in blue. No, I'm not gonna include that. No, I'm not gonna include that. I wouldn't dare. All right, we got our cooler, our intercooler. We got to see some cool cars. Like I said, come on down to John Thornton Chevrolet if you want new or used Chevrolets. For no other reason that I like these guys, you know. Derek's cool, Stan's cool, TJ's cool. So yeah, come and support the homies. Let's go. Now I get to drive an hour back in bumper to bumper traffic. All right, so I got the intercooler back here. That's pretty neat. I was trying to decide whether or not I was gonna be this vulnerable with you guys, and I think I'm gonna. So I'm getting ready to start a new medication for my multiple sclerosis, my MS. I've been taking a pill every day for the last couple of years. It's called Gilenya. Fingolimod, I believe, is the actual name of the medication. It's all right. You know, it's been okay. I don't think that I've had any relapses, or at least none that have been major enough for me to really notice over the last couple of years. But I'm getting ready to switch over to an infusion. Ocrevus, something like that, I believe. It's like the #1 rated medication for MS. And I'm nervous. I'm very nervous, right? And this, it should be fine, right? The reason I'm nervous is because it's new medication. It's also like it's an infusion. It goes into your blood. So it's not as simple as like taking a pill and stopping it, I guess. I don't know. And there's all sorts of, you know, like, it's highly reviewed, it's highly suggested, sure, but there are possibility of side effects that are not great, you know. So I've been like extremely nervous about this. I haven't, I put this off, actually. I put this off more than a few times. I rescheduled over and over and over again because I wasn't like positive that this is the way I want to go. But I've thought about it a good bit. I've read a lot of reviews online, and I think that this is the right option. I think this is the right stuff. I'm just nervous, right? I'm very scared. And as a matter of fact, I'm sitting here telling you guys about it, putting it off, going inside and starting the medication. And the reason, like, I've been deciding whether or not I was gonna film this, because this is like super vulnerable. I'm terrified, right? But I've been pretty honest about my journey with MS, and I'm a very big supporter of awareness. I've helped people get diagnosed. I've helped people find treatment. I've talked to people about it that have just figured out they have MS or experiencing symptoms. I'm pretty open about it, even though that it's weird, right? It's weird. Nobody likes talking about medical stuff. Nobody likes, you know, talking about the scary medical stuff. It's not fun. It's not what you guys watch my channel, but I would feel remorse if I didn't I didn't record this just because I'm scared, you know? And I've said it before, if I can just help one person with their journey, then it's worth it, you know? It's worth putting it out here and being vulnerable with you guys and being around for the not so fun stuff. You know, you guys see all the good stuff, never all the bad stuff. And this isn't bad, this is good. I said, wow, this is gonna be great. I'm nervous. It's a 2-hour process. They put me in a chair, I guess. They hook me up, and then they infuse the medication into me, and then I do it again in 2 weeks, and then I don't have to do it until like every 6 months. I do it biannually at that point, which apparently this is the way to go. This is the way to do it, according to a lot of reviews that I've read online. So yeah, I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna record my process. Well, I have to do this in a way that's respectable and respectful. I don't want to be like, I'm sure I'll be in a private area. I'll be monitored by nurses and whatnot for the first time. But there are people here who are probably fighting much bigger battles than I am. So I want to be considerate of that. I'm gonna go inside and get situated before it gets too late. All right. So it's kind of like, I'm in like a hotel room in here. They got TV and Wi-Fi. They got snacks and drinks outside. This might not be so bad. All right. So far, so good. I've got an IV in my hand here, and they gave me Benadryl. Apparently there's very often allergic reactions to the medication. It's just how it is. So they went ahead and gave me Benadryl and a steroid shot and a Tylenol. That's gonna hold me over for about 30 minutes, and then they're gonna start the infusions. And that will last roughly 2 hours. It'll be about a 2.5 hour infusion time. They're gonna do it slowly over the course of 2.5 hours. I chill for about an hour, they observe me, and then I get to go home. She gave me the nurse, she gave me a pamphlet here to read about it, and it's not made me feel any better because it's like, hey, you're gonna get infections, and you're gonna get itchy skin, and you get hives and fever, and you know, that's obviously all the worst stuff, right? They have to give you this. They have to give you all the worst stuff. So, you know, that makes me nervous. I've got like white coat syndrome too. Like, you know, like doctors make me nervous. Being in the hospital makes me nervous. It's just, I don't like it. I come back in 2 weeks and I do it again, 2.5 hours with an hour observation, but then I don't have to come back until 6 months. So then I will be coming back every 6 months, assuming all the infusion stuff goes well. And then every 6 months I'll be here for like 5.5 hours while it's a slower infusion, it's a double dose. They're like, basically just expect to be here for a full day when we do the infusions wholeheartedly, you know, when I do the 6 month increments. And I just do that forever. I just do 6 month increments forever, I guess. I'm exhausted. I stayed up late. I couldn't sleep very well, but that Benadryl's gonna kick in, and this medication's gonna kick in, and I'm gonna see the Hat Man go to sleep. It's very nice in here though, dude. I've got a nice TV and like a couch, and I've got a bag full of stuff. They're gonna Uber Eats me food because I'm here for so long. Every time I get infusions, they just pay for my food, which is really weird. It's like, how did my insurance even accept this deal? You know? No, this is good. This is good so far, but just keep hoping that the infusions are good. All right, I'm hooked up. This is the Ocrevus. That's the stuff that I'm taking. And I'm just hanging out. All right. So I'm now a little over an hour in, like an hour and a half, something like that. And I feel fine. Everything's going very well. I'm starting to get a scratchy throat, like an itchy, dry, scratchy throat. Apparently very common side effect from what I've read of the infusions. I'll bring it up to them next time they're in here to check my vitals. My blood pressure is elevated, but a lot of that is because I'm just so nervous. I know it's hard to tell that I look nervous because I'm sitting here laying cozied up, watching one of my favorite movies, drinking water and playing on my phone like it's nothing, but it has been interesting. I'll tell you, if this is how it goes every time, fingers crossed, where, you know, just chilling, vibing, getting my infusion, watching some shit on the TV, responding to emails and comments, I can do this. This is fine. All right, we're coming up on the last little bit. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my IV bag is almost completely dry. I got about 25 more minutes left. And I gotta be honest, man. I gotta be 100% honest about this. In the car, you guys saw me in my maximum uncomfortable and unsure about it. I was really worried about how my body was going to react and how this whole place was going to be and whatnot. And it's been the exact opposite experience. Now, I'm not saying that's how it's going to be for everybody. People have bad reaction to this medicine all the time, but not nearly as many people have good reactions, right? That's just how most medication is. But I put this off for months. Right, even after I got it all approved by insurance, which is a miracle that insurance is covering this, because before they were not covering my MS treatment. I've been paying for my medication out of pocket for the last 2 years. Now it's covered by my insurance. I get to come in here twice a year. It'll be 4 times this year, but twice a year, and relax and eat snacks. Dude, they have all this. They'll even Uber food for us for free if you're here for over 2 hours, which I am. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I spent so much time being worried about the worst case scenario. I didn't consider the good or the best case scenario. And obviously this is what I was hoping for. I was hoping that I wouldn't have a bad reaction, and there's still time, right? There's still time. They're still pumping stuff. They say that you can have a bad reaction up to 24 hours, you know, and I'll keep monitoring it. But I let the fear dictate my actions when I should not have done that. I had the support of my doctor. I had the support of the people around me. And I still let my fear override the common sense around me to having what possibly is the best experience that I've ever had in the medical industry ever. And that's coming from someone who's been in and out of the hospital a bunch for breaking every kind of bone there is. But this has been downright pleasurable, downright pleasant. I'm watching the new Beverly Hills Cop, the newest one. I mean, I've seen it before, but it's a good one. They have Netflix and stuff on the TV. I guess what I'm trying to say is don't let your fear get in the way of you doing things that are good for you. I say that mostly as for myself, not for you. I mean, if you hear this and that helps you get through the next step in your life, that is awesome. But this is for future me to come back and watch this video and be like, hey, dumbass. I do that a lot. Hey, dumbass, everything's gonna be fine. You know, what's gonna happen is gonna happen. And I tell myself that every time, and I still end up worrying about it. But yeah, dude, rocking on, man. Best medical experience I've ever had. Yeah. Dude, that whole process was very smooth and comfortable, and overall, I've got no complaints. I was really worried I was gonna have a bad allergic reaction to the medication, but it seems like my body's taking it really well, at least so far. I just can't get over how comfortable of an experience that was for something that's like not so cool, right? Like MS sucks. I don't talk about it that much with you guys. You know, I'm very frequently, I'm fatigued, I'm tired, I'm in pain every day, you know, chronic pain. And the medication I've been taking has been all right, but I'd like to see if there's better options. So that's why we switched. I mean, like I said, fingers crossed. This is just covering from the infusion site. It looks like I'm like an emo teenager in high school again who cuts their wrist. And my insurance paid for it. I've been paying out of pocket for years for my like daily medication, for my muscle relaxers, for my MS pills. My MS medication used to cost for a bottle of pills, for a month's worth of pills was like $300, and I pay that out of pocket every month. And now I don't have to do that. I don't have to pay for the infusions, which is, it's magical, man. I'm very lucky. And my insurance denied it at first. They said, no, we're not gonna cover it. They said there was not enough activity going on in my brain. There wasn't enough MS activity. There wasn't enough lesions going on here to justify, they said, infusions. I'm like, well, how fucking bad do I have to get before you guys want to do something about it? You guys want me to be like disabled? Do you want me to not be able to get out of bed? You guys want me to not be able to talk? Like, my job, my livelihood, my everything depends on all of those things, much like every American, right? Or every person, for that matter. Again, I feel really weird sharing this kind of stuff with you guys. It's very vulnerable for me. Medical stuff sucks, so having you guys along for the journey wasn't bad. It was nice, actually. Now we gotta go drop off this intercooler at David's, and then we fix the dually. That's the last little bit of piece that we've been working on. So they pulled apart everything. They got an original idea of what everything was gonna cost and whatnot, and then they pulled the intercooler and the what's it called? The turbo, actual turbine itself, like the little, the impeller. The impeller absolutely shreked itself on the side of the housing and sent frag shards into my intercooler. So now everything's like, it's like double the cost of what we originally thought because of how much extra work And even the guys that work there, like, we've been working on these trucks forever. I have never seen a Duramax fail like this with a factory wheel, with a factory impeller. So, you know, that just means you know me, guys. When I fuck up, I usually fuck up pretty good. I usually fuck up all the way, not just a little bit. When I broke my ankle in my motorcycle accident, I broke all of the bones in my ankle. Not just one or two, all of them. We don't be half-assing nothing around here. Intercooler. Intercooler time. Dropped off to the good people at Diesel David's. I've been speaking a lot with John. He's been my contact there, and he's made it real easy. They've also been incredibly patient, because with how much everything's costing, because like I said, it wasn't just a casual turbo blow, it was a big one. He showed me the photo of how my intercooler basically acted as a mesh screen for all of the turbo debris. So it went from being like a pretty chill fix to being like a pretty in-depth fix, and a pretty expensive one too. So they've been patient and let me kind of resource some of the parts myself, because I can get pretty good deals on some parts if I'm patient, you know. So we'll be fixing, so the dual will be fixed soon. Fingers crossed. Got a beautiful Ford Light in here. God, that looks good, dude. That looks real good. All right, it is a few days later after my infusion. I've had some time to kind of assess my body and see how it feels, and it's been a little different. I didn't feel tired after my infusion, really. Maybe a little bit. Maybe the next day I felt a little tired, but it wasn't the tiredness that got me. It was the pain. I noticed that my MS symptoms, or at least what I think my MS symptoms are, my sore neck and back and shoulder, felt worse the following few days. As a matter of fact, it still isn't great. I would say it's close to where it was when before the infusions, but I did have a few days after my infusions that I was experiencing some pain. Like, and I don't know if it was the medication. I really don't. I have been noticing like my muscle spasms have been elevated, at least more frequently occurring. You know, there's this thing called the MS hug. Your chest gets really tight, or like it's hard to explain. It's just like your muscles get really tight. It makes it hard to breathe. I've noticed an increase in that. It does seem to be maybe leveling out a little bit. I don't know. By the way, Harper is sitting here staring me down. She really wants me to run her car, and we're about to. And check this out. Check out these new wheels that I've printed for the car. This is a clear TPU filament, and they're really, like, people, you have no idea. This is from a 3D printer. I printed these. Look how squishy they are, dude. It no effort squishes these, you know? I have a whole video on that coming very soon. Something I'm very passionate about. I've been making lots of wheels, but this has been my most recent set, and they are the most efficient. They work like a real tire. Matter of fact, they work better than the real tires, but Harper's over here wanting me to run her, so I'm about to do that. And it could be not even MSE related. It could just be my posture. Like, for instance, I got a lot of nerve damage in my neck, so it could be MS related. It could just be the way my body is, you know? I don't really know. Harper, by the way, she loves chasing this damn car. It's her favorite thing. It's her favorite thing to do, man. So I hope you guys don't mind if I do that while I talk to you, since we're all personal and whatnot. And also, by the way, Heatwave just released a new pair of glasses. I like these. These are really cool. I like them. I think they're called Wraith, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I notice it more when I smoke. Like, if I smoke a little bit of, you know, the devil's lettuce, I notice the symptoms more. And historically, canonically, if you will, smoking has relieved my symptoms, right? Like, that's one of the main reasons I smoke, is because it helps my, you know what I mean? Like, make me feel a little bit more comfortable. But if I smoke a lot, I feel it a lot. You guys see the car? You guys are way over. These new wheels kick ass, by the way. These new wheels that I printed, these things fucking boogie. She loves this shit, man. It's her favorite. This is on half power. Let's crank it up to full speed. Look at her go. Look at her go. Oh, we yeeted it. But you see, my thing is, my energy levels feel fine. I actually, like, for the most part, minus my MS symptoms being a little bit heavier than normal, you know, my, like, aches, you know, maybe my, I wouldn't even say more neuropathy, which is just numbness if you don't know what that means. I would say other than the pain, like, my energy has been okay, which is, like, my biggest concern for my MS. You know, I can deal with being in pain, kinda, as long as I have the energy to. Does that make sense? So that's why I need to talk to my doctor. I'm at an impasse. Do I continue with the second half of my infusion and risk maybe like another mild flare-up? I don't know. I don't even know if I had a mild flare-up. But the first couple of days were certainly pretty rough. I won't lie. I was tight, really tight in my neck, you know, and that, like I said, could be because of my posture, the way I sit. I spent 5 hours on the couch playing on my phone while they infused me. That's terrible for my neck. To give you more insight about my neck has bothered me for probably my entire life, honestly. At some point or another, don't know when, I broke my neck. It's just something that the doctors were like, hey, when did you break your neck? And I was all like, what do you mean? And they're like, you see these lines right here on this x-ray? We live really close to a train. I can't remember if it was an x-ray or an MRI, but they're like, when did you break your neck? And I was like, well, I've never broke my neck. And like, you see these lines right here? And I was like, yeah. And like, you broke your neck. And I was like, so it's do it with your boy, broken neck. Probably one of my many motorcycle accidents, right? So I have a lot of nerve damage in my neck. It creates a lot of weird symptoms, and I don't want to sound like I'm bitching, because I'm not. It's just part of life, man. Everyone's got their own things, you know? I'm able to walk and talk and breathe and sing and do everything in between, so I'm good, you know? I can deal with a little bit of pain. But I don't want to go into another infusion if it's going to make it worse, right? So this is just stuff I have to talk about with my doctor. I guess I want to keep you guys up to date on it, because everyone asks me, and like, I'm not a victim. I don't want to be a victim about it, you know? It's like one of those things. I hate when people talk about their chronic illnesses and it makes you like look at people different, and I don't want people to look at me different because I have MS. I don't want to be a victim. I'm not. It's not who I am. Don't get me wrong. I'll use it as an excuse every now and again. I show up late to somebody, I got MS, you know? Oh, what was your name? I'm sorry, I got MS. I pull that card from time to time. But overall, man, the carefree of not having to take a pill every day, like just get up and go about my day. I don't have an alarm set anymore. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice, you know? And I'm not in a situation, like I'm not to the point where I can't live. You know what I'm saying? Like I can live like this. I'll be all right, you know? So that's that. And listen, I know we've been talking about some not so fun stuff. So let's switch gears. Because I just got a phone call and they told me that my dually is ready to go get picked up. You remember I just dropped the intercooler off earlier in this video? Well, here we are later in this video. We're gonna go get the dually. So I'm gonna finish running her. We're gonna head over to Diesel David's and we're gonna go pick up the dually. Hell yeah. And there's another video coming up relatively soon. Basically, over the last couple of months, I've printed different versions of wheels. It's been an autistic obsession of mine, but there are, I think, probably 30 different variations of wheels that I've done, basically trying to reinvent the wheel and tire. And that's gonna be a whole video on its own that's coming soon, so look out for this. This is gonna be a fun one. I know it's probably pretty hard to get you guys excited about a remote control car video, but you're gonna be excited about this one. Dude, there she is. I think we're all fixed up. She's a little dirty. We're gonna have to wash her. All right. Man, she needs a bath. Look. So that's what happened to my Turbski. The turbo decided to eat the impeller. You want to smell? You want to smell the impeller? You want to smell the impeller, puppy? You smell my dog. You smell my dog. You smell my impeller.
Is it cord?
Oh, yeah. Hey, good dog stay.
Yeah,
Drives fine?
Everything seemed pretty good with it.
How does the transmission feel?
I would take her easy a little bit. I really didn't notice anything with the transmission.
Take her easy. Why am I taking her easy?
Since it is a new turbo.
Oh, just break it in or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grab the cord for you.
Yeah, I want that core, man. I'm gonna do something cool with it. Is it all dicked up?
I don't know. I haven't actually laid eyes on it.
So we put in a fleece Cheetah. It's a 67. Is that the right number? 67. That's millimeter? That's how big it is?
Millimeters, yeah.
Holy shit, dude. That thing's huge. I'm gonna do something with this thing. I just don't know what. Like I'm gonna turn it into like a lamp or something.
Yeah, you can see something's missing there.
Oh yeah, so there's still bits of turbo inside or impeller in there.
Souvenir right there.
Oh my god.
Dude, you should in the inside of your intercooler.
Yeah, it was basically just
the
mesh.
rest of it, yeah.
Fuck. Never been a half-ass type of guy. I've always whole-ass stuff like this. So usually when I break stuff, it's all of it. You gotta break in a new turbo. Now they said the new turbo, it's not gonna produce more power necessarily. It will just produce power earlier on and sustain the power longer. The power band, right? That's what they were saying. Okay. Does it sound any different?
More turbo noise out.
Oh, that's what I hope so. Hope
yeah,
for.
the turbo's definitely loud.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know. I don't have to like have it retuned, right?
No, this is a drop-in turbo. Hey, my name's Alex with Diesel David Eng. I've been working here for about 3 years. Dan's a recently acquired customer of us. Sitting over there, running, driving now. So
Do you have Instagram?
I do have an Instagram.
What's your Instagram?
Mustang_Riley.
You said you got some stuff done to it, right?
So it's a 2017 5.0 GT. Bought it brand new. Probably a terrible financial decision at the time. Been all over the country. Got 163,000 miles on it now.
Fuck, you put 163,000 miles on this thing.
Yeah, bought it with 27 miles.
Oh my God.
But,
That is true. That is true, like passion right there. No, it was not a bad financial mistake buying it new.
No, it wasn't
The
great.
only reason it's a bad financial mistake is if you buy a new car and you just sell it a couple years later. That sucks. You buy a new car and you drive it 130,000 miles around the country. That's a good investment, man. What? You had a Paxton on it?
Yeah, it's got a Paxton centrifugal supercharger on it.
How about the hood? Damn, look at that bad boy. So what does it make to the wheel?
I haven't dynoed it. Right now, it should be making around 670-ish. That's my guess. Nothing too crazy motor side.
Dude, that sounds
trying
fun
to keep
though.
it reliable.
That sounds like more than enough.
Oh yeah.
Is it manual?
It's manual.
No,
Yeah,
dude.
NT82. Yeah.
Buying a brand new Mustang, that's manual, driving the balls off of it, supercharging it, doing all this work to it, dude, that is true enthusiasm. Yeah, the Z06 isn't gonna be anywhere near this thing. It's not gonna touch it. The thing's stopped.
No, but we could run it up to the mountains. The Z06 handles pretty good.
That is good. I'm on Boomer tires right now. I'm on the Pilot Sport all seasons. It gets sideways if I look at it wrong.
Hey, have a little fun with it.
Tell you what, I'll meet you on your ground, the mountain, if you meet me on my ground at AMP. We'll do both.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
works.
that'll be good. Let's do it, man.
305s in all four corners.
I bet it handles great. All right. Oh, it's locked, which means it's gonna set off the car alarm if I unlock it. Boop, boop, boop. All right, we're back in it. I haven't driven this thing in a couple of months. Hop in. Right away, baby, right away. It sounds different. The turbo actually sounds a little quieter. Oh man, you guys have no idea how excited I am to get in this thing. Ugh. Get my seat all right. Apparently some tall people were driving it. Feels weird, man. I haven't driven this thing in so long. That truck, man, jeez. That thing looks crazy, don't it? All right, we got the dually back. That was a process, man. The whole truck build. This whole thing was a process, man. So we did blow a turbo. That was my initial thought, that we blew a turbo. We did blow a turbo. Which, you know, that sucks, but it wasn't that bad. But when they started digging into it, they found that my turbo had blown in a really weird way. And I'm gonna get some of this wrong. I'm not a tech, so excuse me. They were saying they've never seen a Duramax blow up the way my Duramax did, the way mine ate a turbo. The wheel, the stock impeller, bounced off the walls of the inside of the turbo housing on the turbo out. And that sends shards of metal into your engine, essentially. Well, there is something between your engine and the turbo, which is the intercooler. Now, thankfully, my intercooler basically acted like a mesh, like a screen, and filtered out all those metal bits from my engine. Thankfully, you know, very, very thankfully. We got away with not having to pull apart the heads and pull out metal from the engine, which is good. But you know, that was still an expensive and time-consuming process. I'm just happy to have my truck back. I'm happy that it's running and driving good. We've got a new upgraded turbo, and it sounds different, man. It really does. You can really hear it sucking. You know, you can really hear it when it gets down. It really sucks. And I am being a little easy with it because I know that I'm probably still gonna need a transmission soon. I don't want to just straight up blow it up, you know, with now I'm making a little bit more power. Maybe not making more power, but producing it in a different way. I'm just trying to be cautious. So we're not gonna romp on it too hard right now. We're gonna feel this new setup up. I mean, she's still quick. I mean, she is still pretty quick though. For all this weight, dude, this is such a big truck. I want you guys to see if you can hear the turbo though. It sounds so crazy. It sounds so different. Just like a little bit of a different whistle. I like the way it sounds now. It's got like a very cool sound to it. I will say I am noticing a little bit of difference in this turbo, at least the way it drives. And I don't know if it's just placebo, but this is how I'm experiencing it versus what they've told me. But it does feel to get into the power band earlier, and it sustains power for longer. Like normally this truck's kind of feels like it peters out towards the top end, like that 4,000 RPM, you know, you start getting up there, it's like, it really feels like it peters out top end. But now it feels like not only does it get in the power at a lower band, right, it gets into the power sooner, it does feel like it sustains that longer. It's a very interesting feeling. Feels about the same power-wise. I can't tell a difference in the way it accelerates. Is just it feels like it starts to accelerate a little bit sooner, and it holds that power longer is all. That's kind of cool. And the dually is home, just like that. And she's very dirty. And look, I'm missing a bunch of freaking spike lugs. One of them I lost while doing the snow nuts, the drifting in the snow. I know I lost one then. And I lost another one when we towed it to the shop. But I left the shop with only 2 missing, which means that on the way home, a 3rd one fell off. Seems like a 4th one is probably on its way out. I mean, I guess I could just 3D print them if I wanted to. And boy, does it need a bath. As a matter of fact, I think that's what I'm gonna do with the rest of today is give this thing and the vet a bath. It really needs a bath. But man, I'm happy to have it home. I'm not gonna bullshit with you guys with how much it costs to fix this. I have considered selling it, but I'm gonna repress that for a while. I'm happy to have it home. But why don't we close this video out by looking at the old turbo? I wanna see what kind of damage we did. Man, look at this guy right here. I think I showed it earlier in the video, but that's my impeller wheel. Basically what happened, or at least what they think happened, is that this thing, you know, gets off balance, you know, and then instead of spinning in a perfect circle, it starts oblonging. And once it does that, it makes contact with the inside of the turbo housing and explodes. So, you know, that's what it did. And look at this thing, man. This thing is a lot bigger in person, you know? So for me, the real question is, what do I do with this? I don't think it's refurbishable. I think it's pretty much busted. There was no core charge for the new turbo, so they don't need this. Which means I think I wanna like turn it into something. I wanna like make something out of it. You guys know me, I'm a repurpose things guy. Like the camshaft door handles, you guys remember those when I built those doors? Something like that. Someone at Diesel David's recommended I turn it into like a sink, you know? Use the out part of it where it just pours the water out maybe? I don't know. But I mean, we got a big busted turbo here. What can we do about it? What can we do with it? I feel like we can make something cool. Well, yeah, it's pretty marred up in there. You can feel it. Yeah, we didn't goobered it, guys. We didn't goobered it. I'll tell you, they have this one tech over there. I don't even want to call him a tech. I think that's disrespectful. They have one guy over there at Diesel David's who is he's a wizard when it comes to diesel trucks, and he doesn't want to be on camera. He doesn't have any interest in being a part of the videos, which I totally understand and respect. But this guy is a freaking wizard, and him just talking about stuff, you can tell that he knows so much. Maybe one day I can convince him to do an interview or something, or just talk about trucks in general, but he's fantastic. I don't even know if he wants to be mentioned on video, so I'm not gonna do that. The way he spoke about these things, and the way he was like, dude, I've worked on these things forever. I have never seen a Duramax with a stock turbo fail like this. And then he told me why, because of how they balance the impeller wheels. It's just really cool, man. Really cool to hear someone who very much knows and appreciates these machines for what they are. And all the guys that work there said the same thing about him, that he's just a freaking wizard, just doesn't want the attention, which again, we totally understand and respect that here. I just need you guys to help me figure out what would be cool to do with this. Like, what could we do with this and make it something? I don't know. But you know what, guys? I think that's where I'm gonna end today's video. You know, we got the dually back. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon. I think I'm gonna spend the rest of the day cleaning the dually, washing it, giving it a much needed bath, as well as the Corvette. The Corvette needs one too. It has been all over the place in the last like month and a half because I've been daily driving it. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a good, productive next week. Hopefully, this is a big hope. Hopefully the power will be on next week for all my equipment. That is the last piece of the puzzle to get back to doing orders and to really diving into the Honda Magna build. It has been a very long and expensive journey. I think neither myself nor my electrician friend had an idea how big the project was gonna be. The warehouse is so big, it's got a lot of power. Each one of my equipment requires a different type of power, so getting everything to be just right has been long and expensive. Very, very fucking expensive, along with getting the turbo fixed. So again, I appreciate you guys' love and support. Normally this is where I would end the video talking about the giveaway for the Honda Magna. At this point, if you follow me, you guys know that I'm giving away a Honda, you fuck it. Here we go. I'm giving away a Honda Magna just like mine, themed after one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. If you want all the information, click on this video. It'll be in the description. You have a chance to win the motorcycle. Now I feel obligated to get this outro done where I have to advertise for my fucking giveaway that I'm doing. You know what, I'm not gonna do it. If you want to enter into win a bike like this, you can click on the video and learn how to do it. If not, no worries. Thanks for watching my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Ah.